Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Welcome to episode number 30 of the Average Day Joes. I'm your host, C.
And Jay, what's up?
What's going on, Jay? How you feeling today, brother?
Excellent, excellent. Lot of grind this weekend. A lot of business, a lot of grind, and I'm fresh today to hit the gym. Obviously, I got to get in the gym always.
That, how was your weekend? Did you do anything exciting or fun or?
I mean, it was NBA All Star out here this weekend, so it was pretty hectic, in the Bay. But yeah, we'll get into that during trending topics.
And did you end up doing anything for Valentine's Day besides what we
Oh,
posted
just
for the
oh, just
people?
had yeah, just had some sushi, relaxed. You know what I mean? Kept it real, very low key on the profile, you know.
Yeah,
So it
definitely.
was cool, you know what I mean? Like, you know, didn't want to do too much, So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was cool. It was cool, you know what I mean? Like I just feel like it's blessings to do anything, you know what I mean? You know me though. Like I feel like a lot of the days are like mostly economy days, you know what I mean by that?
Right.
So I think it's very cliche, like, you don't have to celebrate Valentine's Day just one day a year. You can do that whenever you want.
No, definitely. Definitely.
That's what I mean. Like, so I think it's very cliche. You know what I'm saying? That's just
So
how I am, though.
yeah, so definitely for the Average Day Joe's community, we did post for Jay his Valentine's Day special that he had going on, and it was just like him going and getting some sushi and stuff. But we got the video of that, and I posted my date with Kate on Sunday as well, which is like a little overview. We were at this college where you can see the whole Bay Area, so we posted that for you. For my Valentine's Day, I got to go and see a musical. It was the musical that just came out, and it's actually really good. I couldn't believe how good it was. It was the movie of Back to the Future.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, yeah. But they had it
That
as
I
a
did not know.
musical. Dude, the dude that they had on there, like playing Marty, he hella looked like Marty, bro. I was tripping, man.
Like he actually looked like him, like
Yeah,
dead
he
on.
looked like him. He was hella short, looked just like him, like Michael J. Fox, you know. But
That's a trip. That's
yeah,
cool though. Yeah, I've never obviously I never seen that. You said it just came out, just dropped.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
Definitely.
I've been to a couple musicals. They're I can't say that yeah, I've fallen asleep to the musicals when I went.
No, this one I usually do too, and that's why I never go to them, bro. But I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a shot. It's Back to the Future, and
Yeah.
it won a whole bunch of awards already, like best new musical and stuff. So I was like, oh, let me check it out. And bro, I'm so happy I did because I definitely didn't fall asleep, and I was entertained the whole time, man. Like it was really good. Like basically, it's the whole movie as a musical. You know what I mean? But really good, man. Really good.
Damn, so okay, so it's the home. Oh, cool. All
Yeah, so
right.
they just reenact the whole movie as a musical, but they actually have like the DeLorean in it, bro. They make the DeLorean fly somehow. It's freaking tight, bro. It's freaking tight.
That's cool, man. That sounds good.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Cool, cool. Well, that was our weekend. We hope you guys here on the Average Day Joes, you guys had a great weekend as well. And let us move on to some all-star news, some sports news for you guys. What was going on with this?
I mean, well, it was All-Star weekend here, like I said, in the Bay, man, and needless to say, I was not impressed, man. Like All-Star weekend is something I look forward to all the time,
Yeah.
and man, it's just yeah, like you could tell, like I didn't think the NBA was hurting for money, but
Yeah.
with how many ads, how many performances, like are they ever gonna play basketball? Like, bro,
Right.
I probably saw 20 minutes of basketball compared to just 1,000 minutes of ads and 1,000 minutes of everything else. Like, I was like, bro, what's going on here? Even Draymond Green, he is trending today, by the way. He's trending for, he made a bold statement about the Warriors, how they were going to win the championship. You know what I mean? Like, which is funny. He had to make some type of joke because he literally was talking about he was one of the analysts and he's talking about All-Star Weekend and how he's like, dude, this is on a rating from 0 to 10. This is an absolute zero. This is horrible. Who put this together? Like, yeah, he's literally doing this. He plays for the league and he's literally doing this on live television. Like, dude, this is the biggest trash ever. He literally says this on live television. It's like
Wow.
from 0 to 10, this is an absolute zero. I don't even know what we're doing here anymore. And like, the host, the other guy, he's like, he's trying to calm it down, you know what I mean? But Draymond just like, no, this is ridiculous, man. What the hell are we doing? Like, because so basically instead of having East versus West, like they did in the past, they then they had team captains like, oh, let LeBron pick a team, let Giannis pick a team, and that even wasn't as bad as what I saw this past weekend. They basically had, Chuck, Shaq, and Kenny pick teams, and you could tell it was like, okay, Shaq's gonna pick all the legends, Kenny picked all the youngsters, and then Chuck picked all the international people. That's how they did it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And obviously, just by looking at the teams when we reported it, what, like a week and a half ago or something, like I was like, oh, okay, this is too easy. Who's gonna win? It's common sense here, And then they even gave Candace Parker a team just because, like, okay, instead of having three, we got to have four, so they can have them play each other and then a winner,
Right.
And I mean, it was a game to 40, so it was like, it was just very, very weird rules, man. New things. I know, I get it. They're trying to change up the style because they don't want 200 to 190. Like they want some kind of competition in defense, but man, horrid, dude, ridiculous. One of the worst All-Stars I've ever seen.
But one of
Very
the scores
bad.
I saw was still like 200, right, for East and West.
No.
I guess East against West.
Well, no, yeah. We're talking years ago. We're talking years ago. No, like the scores you saw were going to be 40 to 30, 40 to 36. Like that's it. Stuff like that. It's first to 40, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you had four teams, and like I said, obviously Shaq's team was going to win because he had all the OGs, the legends. You know what I mean? All the excellent players. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't even close.
So I don't know if you have the results, but do you have the results of like the 3-point and?
Of course,
like
yeah. So that took place on Saturday. I watched that the 3-point contest. Tyler Hero won.
Oh, nice.
He Dame was defending champion, obviously, but so the 3-point contest, that was cool. It was interesting. It was like, okay, cool. Yeah, obviously same type of format, so you can't really switch much with that. So that was cool. The skills challenge, it was it was funny because Chris Paul and the tall dude Wemby, they got disqualified for what they did. It was kind of funny. But
so what did they do?
So Chris Paul, you're supposed to take a couple jump shots, and instead of he read the rules wrong. Instead of taking jump shots, he just kind of threw the ball, like instead of taking a whole shot so they could get their time faster. It was kind of funny. Yeah, so he was trying to, get a little slick with the rules instead of following them, like a little side thing, and he ended up being disqualified. It was kind of funny. So yeah. So it went to Draymond and Moody. They lost to the Cavs, so the Cavs ended up winning that, which was it was cool. It wasn't. That's just a skills challenge. That's just passes, little shot, this and that. So that was they always do a skills challenge. And then you had the dunk challenge.
Yeah.
So the dunk contest is always like, they did a whole tribute for the 25-year ago one, the one I remember vividly, that was the last time they were out here. When Vince Carter did the whole iconic dunk contest that you've never seen before. And it was like, I remember watching that and I was so hyped. So it was cool seeing that, how they did a whole tribute about that with him, Tracy McGrady, and that dunk contest, because that was probably the best dunk contest I've ever seen.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? So, but who ended up winning that was this kid named Mac McGlung. He doesn't this is like the third time he's won in a row. Like he always does cool dunks, you know what I mean? He's a little cat, but man, he got ups. He doesn't play a lot of games in the NBA. I think they keep him on just for the dunk contest, so he's like always in the G League.
Yeah.
And then he comes up, you know what I mean? Like they'll bring him up, like it goes back and forth. It's kind of funny. Yeah, but so he won that. That was cool. But like I said, that was All-Star Saturday night.
Yeah.
Very, that's how it usually is, and then on Friday was the Rising Stars games. The young kids.
I see my boy from the Lakers, Dalton Connect. He won. I think he won some of that from the challenge.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's just basically the star. The young kids playing each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Was Bronny in that one?
No, he wasn't in that one. So you can't just so in order to pick the rising star, you have to at least be. I don't want to be mean to Bronny, but you have to be good to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
on those teams. So
yeah.
the up and coming stars, let's say. I know you want to shout out Bronny and all, but
You
but
gotta get
no, he
love.
was not. He
Gotta
was
get.
not on those teams, man. Yeah,
Oh, no. That's funny.
yeah,
I'm
man.
sure. I'm sure after seeing what Dalton Connect did for that challenge, I'm sure Lakers were like so relieved that they didn't trade him.
Yeah,
For
yeah. Well, it's funny because then that's yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So, but I told you they shouldn't have traded him anyway. So,
yeah. No, well, they got
he
him
he
back.
can he can definitely shoot.
Yeah, they got him back. Hopefully, he's not butthurt that they try to get rid of him in the first place. But I'm sure JJ, had a talk with him. I was like, yo, like we seen our fault and what we did, our mistakes. So we definitely resided, the trade, and we're not doing that no
Yeah,
more.
they rescinded it, but that's only because the dude didn't pass the physical, the center. Remember?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But honestly, bro, like I don't know. I thought NBA All Star used to be on point, man. The fact that that's how they did it, very upsetting, dude. Like I said, when you got your own people, like like Draymond and a couple cats, even ragging on it, like something's wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why? I don't even know why they did all that. It was very weird.
So you're saying it was like more like about performances and stuff. It wasn't even really like so much
You're
about the.
supposed to, okay, you have an all-star game, right? You have all the best players and they're playing against each other, right? Against
Uh-huh.
each other. You don't, you know what I mean? This time you picked four teams and literally all the best players were on one team. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Like it was just very weird, dude. Very, very odd. Like, just go back to normal. Put East, West, let them go at each other, man. Or put some incentive in there. Like it's not hard. Put some incentive in there, like, okay, winner gets this. You know what I mean? So you can have some defense played or whatever. Don't this new I guarantee you this format next year, never. It'll be done. They won't
Yeah.
do it again. It was very, very embarrassing, dude. Like, I don't know what, like I said, I don't even know. Like, it was weird, man, watching it. Very weird.
Uh-huh.
Usually NBA is the best one out of all the All Stars between I'm talking about between that NFL and Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it was, yeah, very upsetting, very upsetting.
Yeah. Well, shout out to the 15 people watching. Please like, subscribe, and share this with everybody. And let us know if you guys watched the NBA All Star Weekend. So let us know what you guys
Worst.
thought. Definitely want to.
I'm sure they're along the lines with what I said, guaranteed. Because man,
We
telling you,
definitely want to know from the Average Day Joe's community what everybody thought about this.
it's very embarrassing, man. I
This,
just
uh,
can't even
this
believe they
supposed,
did that.
supposed failure that Jay says.
I'm telling you, guarantee you will not see that same thing next year. That
No, for
product
sure.
was horrid.
For
Not
sure.
again.
All right. All right. Well, let's move on. Let's move on to some political news with China, man. So China, I guess they're really mad at us in the United States right now because China is accusing us of serious regression in its Taiwan position after change to State Department website. So basically, what happened was China accused the United States on Monday of. Uh, so I guess it says in time there's a after the State Department they updated their Taiwan section of its website to remove a reference to the independence of the Beijing claimed island. So basically, we removed any kind of reference that China is owned, that Taiwan is owned by China. And I guess out here in the United States, we removed that from the State Department's website. So it says the State Department fact sheet on U.S. Taiwan relations continues to state Washington's opposition to any unilateral changes to the status quo from either China or Taiwan, a self-ruling democracy that rejects Beijing's sovereignty claims. But the phrase, we do not support Taiwan independence, appears to have been removed Thursday, and what the State Department says was a routine update. So yeah, it looks like we just removed the fact that China does not own Taiwan. The change was cheered by Taiwan, while China said it sends a wrong signal to the Taiwan independence forces and urged the U.S. to immediately correct its mistake. The U.S. should stop using Taiwan to control China and stop condoning and supporting Taiwan independence. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman said at the regular briefing. This will help avoid further serious damage to Chinese-U.S. relationships and peace stability in the Taiwanese Strait. It says the same phrase about not supporting Taiwan independence was removed from the State Department fact sheet in 2022 during the Biden administration before being restored a few weeks later. So, I mean, to me, it just looks like we're not really, China is they're trying to play, like war with us on the U.S. tariff thing, and I think that it's one of the few countries that unlike like Russia and Ukraine, where we're able to like sit down and have talks with them and try to like negotiate peace, or even in the Middle East. With China, it's a little bit different, and I think we're just trying to, or at least Trump is trying to play a chess game that's a little bit different with China. So I think we're just doing these little tiny things to kind of, uh, I guess, rowdy up the circle a little bit. I mean, I guess that's the best way I can put it. Wouldn't you agree with that, Jay? Like, I mean, it's not even that big of a deal, right? Because it's like it's our state website, and then China, look how mad they get over some little stuff like that, man.
Yeah, I find that kind of weird too, that they take that kind of personal. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
You know, but I also know there's a lot that goes on over there that we don't know about. So
Yeah, yeah.
they do buy up a lot of our land out here too. You know that, right?
Right,
You
right.
know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying anything bad about that, but they're very much. I think they take it personal because they're very much into our way of doing things.
Definitely, definitely.
They're definitely locked in over here. That's a
Oh
for
yeah,
sure deal.
for sure.
Yeah.
And like I said, it even says right here, the United States is committed to preserving peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait, a State Department spokesman said in an email Sunday. So we're not really, like I said, we're not trying to like make war. And I think Trump right now, he's doing things like that to where he knows he can get away with it, but yet it's still going to piss off China. But it's not something that's going to piss him off enough to like go into war with China. You know what I mean? But it's just enough to where we're hearing about it. So I think
Yeah.
that has a lot to do with that. But I mean, it is what it is. It's Trump. He knows what he's doing, especially when it comes to like foreign relations. So I'm not worried about that at all. That's pretty much all it really says about it. Yeah, I guess because we definitely they were trying to say like through President Donald Trump that Taiwan, with recent comments demanding the island pay more for its defense and accusing it of stealing U.S. semiconductor business. His administration has also made strong statements of support for Taipei. So that we did have a little bit of rocky relations with Taiwan as well, but we still do recognize it as its own independent country. So that's kind of cool that we're not just giving it to China like that in that sense. But yeah, let's move on and let's find out what is going on with Doge.
The Doge, man. But yeah, so shout out Elon Musk. But yeah, so they've been accusing him of a lot of things with PayPal right now. But that's they think he's going through, they think, he's 400 billion, but yeah, he's going through PayPal trying to spy on us, which is kind of funny. But that's not even what was trending. It's Social Security. Social Security is trending. Elon posted a whole chart of like ages that get Social Security, and
Uh-huh.
honestly, like you see it, you go 40, 50, 60. Okay, you're doing the math, like, okay, and then it goes up to 100, right? And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
all right, that's who's getting. Then you have the chart after 100, all the way to 200. And I'm like, huh? So, you know what I mean? Like there's not a lot of people I know living to 200. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he had posted on X how tens of millions of people marked in Social Security as alive when they are definitely dead is a huge problem. And we're talking like I said, over 100 all the way to like 200 and even so on. So, Doge is doing their job to, get all this stuff in place because, obviously money's being spent like just boom, 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 and they got to figure it out. So I'm definitely not mad at what he's doing with that because that's kind of weird, after seeing that chart. Like I was like,
Yeah.
oh, so that's where millions of this money is going to. You know what I mean? I wonder what accounts here. You know what I mean? Because that's
So
that's a lot. That's a lot of money.
no, definitely. It looks like they're gonna need to follow the money now and see whose
Yes,
pockets those are getting lined
that
up into.
exactly. That's what I mean. Like, because that's a lot of millions after between 100 and 200.
Yeah.
Like the ages. You know what I mean? Like, huh? You know what I mean? So yeah, like you said, they're gonna figure out where it's funneling to. Obviously, I'm sure it's gonna be to offshore accounts. That's just common sense to me.
It's,
You know?
it's it's crazy. It's crazy to me that you had this happening for like, years upon years, and
Oh,
yet
yeah,
now we're doing this, and like you got all these judges trying to block Doge from,
exactly.
like getting into further details about finances. And then what's funny was this article that I pulled up, what you're talking about, was actually an article that said that they found in the database a 360-year-old vampire that was getting Social Security.
See what I mean, bro? Like, but see, that just tells me that more people are involved in this than what we know.
No, definitely,
And like I
definitely.
said, there's definitely offshore accounts. I'm sure of it, and it's going to be hard to trace. But I know Elon's got his team working. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Doge, so he'll be able to figure out a lot of the ones. Maybe not all, but he's going to figure out where a lot of stuff is going. So I know he's going in the right direction.
definitely. And it's not like it's Elon and then that other dude via I forgot to say his last name. The dude that was running for president as well.
Yeah, it begins with an R. I don't know I can't say his last name.
Vivek something.
Yeah, I can't say his last name. Ramsawani or something.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, so it's gonna be
So
yeah, it's good. It's a good thing.
so I just want to put it into perspective for the Average Day Joe's community. It says that Musk posted a chart on X showing that there are more than 20 million Americans listed over the age of 100, including 3.9 million in the 130 to 139 range, more than
Yep,
3.5 million aged 140 to 149,
150.
and
Yep,
1.3 million in the range of 150 to 159.
yep, that's
That's,
correct.
that's crazy, dude. That's so crazy to me,
It goes all the way to 200, bro.
bro. This is for all the people that haven't seen, because they got somebody living from 240 to 249. They got like a vampire from 360 to 369. And I mean, you guys, Average Day Joe's community, this is just crazy. Like our money is pretty much being spent and is going into somebody's pocket, or it was until now, because we're supposedly not really that healthy of a nation. We're like one of the leading nations in cardiovascular disease and cancer, and yet over here it looks like we're I don't know, we're some kind of yogis or something now, that we're living to ages that have pretty much never been possible before. So
Vamp life, baby. Come on now. We got
you know,
vampires here, bro. Come on now.
I guess
Come on,
shit.
man. I know it ain't Transylvania over here, but you never know. Come on now. I'll just mess with you.
It must be the fluoride in our water or something, bro.
Oh, jeez.
Making us live this much longer. You know what I mean? Like shit.
But it's just, yeah, no, it's just a trip to actually see, like you said, like where our money's going, man. Like, how long has this been going on? That's the real question. How long?
I know.
You know what I mean?
I
So
don't even believe like 6 million people from 90 to 99 are still living like in the United States. Like that to me is a
I,
pretty
I
high
believe,
number.
I believe that. I do believe that.
You think six
I've
million
known
from
people.
90 to 99?
I've known.
That's
Well, I mean, just on my family alone, I've known a lot of my family to live in those ages. So
yeah, that's true. But like this day and age, though, I feel like every generation is like with the food that they, the way that they make it and stuff. I feel like every generation is like not living as long as the last generation because our food
I
is
don't.
definitely not getting as healthy as it used to be.
Well, okay, that depends if you're eating out all the time. If you're cooking and taking your vitamins, like working out, like I believe we're solid. I do believe that heavily.
I definitely agree with you on that, but I think also we're on a different kind of case. But I'm thinking a lot of people who like settle down, have families where they can't afford to like be cooking because there's they're either working two jobs or the mom and dad are working and then they have to support the kids. You know what I mean? Like they don't
Oh,
have
and then they get like fast food, you're saying?
exactly.
Oh,
So I feel like
that's not a good thing, man.
yeah, more than ever now we're relying on like fast food places and stuff, like than we ever used to be before. And then like fast food back in the day, like if you looked at like McDonald's, what RFK was saying, how
Uh-huh.
even the fries were made in like beef tallow, and now everything is like like the worst of the worst. That it's the way that they're made and stuff. I definitely feel like all the food that we eat from fast food or whether
Uh-huh.
it be from Safeway or like if you're not buying like the organic, which
Yeah.
is getting more and more expensive because inflation, then I think that this is all like it all adds up together. You know what I mean? Like it's all part
I'll
of like a
take that.
big yeah.
But I could have sworn you told me that. I don't know if it was you or someone else that told me that if you went out to eat fast food, each meal's like 10 to 20 bucks now minimum.
Yeah,
Someone told
definitely.
me that. That's what I
Definitely.
mean. So if you're going out and spending on you and your family and you're spending 50, 60 bucks for fast food, why can't you just go to a grocery store and we have things like Amazon these days where you could just order from Whole Foods. And if
Uh
you spend 50 at 60 at a store, do you know how much I could get for 50 or 60 bucks? Like I get a lot for that.
no, definitely. But I think it's more of just the convenience of it
You
being
think it's at
ready.
the time?
Yeah, just the timing
Okay.
because people
Okay.
are getting off work, they're super tired, they don't want to do things,
Okay.
and
Okay. I'll give you
yeah.
that. If you think it's just the time, I thought you said it was the money.
Money,
So
I mean, we're as Americans, we are making more than we have in the past before, like the money is up there, but inflation, yeah, it's definitely groceries are higher, everything is a little bit higher, but it's still cheaper to go get a freaking Little Caesars $10 pizza, you know what I mean, and feed the whole
oh,
family
okay.
with
Okay.
some like crazy bread, then or
Okay.
go to Wendy's, you got yourself like a $5 box meal type thing, you know what I mean? Like
Okay. That's
so
fair.
yeah. Because it depends what too. I mean, if you have more money, you can obviously probably go to Chick-fil-A or go to like In-N-Out's pretty cheap too, but like Chick-fil-A or like one of those places where it might cost a little bit more money, but you're still able to feed your family as opposed to if you don't have money. Like even me, I was catching myself a lot of times going to like a Wendy's and getting a $5 box meal or going and getting like a what I mean? You go on the apps for like you have to download these Burger King apps and you get like free meals and
What?
McDonald's. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know, man. I don't do that type of stuff, man. That's kind of weird, but
yeah,
if you're downloading apps to get stuff, hey, more power to you, man. I don't be doing any of that.
got
I'd rather go
Domino's,
get my
got
food.
Domino's, like these whole meals at Domino's for like $10. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know. I'd rather go get my food, cook it. I know, that I'm an excellent chef, so I like cooking. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like therapeutic to me.
that,
Plus, obviously, I go to the gym, so if I'm feeding my body right, I know I'm in the right state. If I'm feeding it shit, there's really no point in working out. You know what I mean?
right.
That's just a fact.
And I'm definitely I just like today's my first day out of my fast because I was doing the 40-day fast, and I'm definitely now having the mindset of cooking, which I already did today too.
Good,
I cooked for myself today.
good. I
Yeah,
like hearing it. Oh, so it's the first day eating.
first day eating
Yes.
40
Look
days,
at
man.
this. First day eating in month and 2 months or whatever. That's man, that's crazy.
Yeah, month and
That's crazy.
almost 2 weeks. But yeah, man,
Wow.
it's been I'm not gonna tell you, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's not been easy, man. It's not been easy not eating for 40 days. I do have my weight later on. I'll show you guys my weight and I'll show you guys my like my blood pressure and stuff because it's definitely improved a lot over. I think in
Good.
episode 2 I showed you guys like when I first started this, this little journey of myself to where I am now. So I'll definitely share that with you guys at the end of the show. All right. Well, let's move on from this 360-year-old vampire that's still getting Social Security because that is
Hey,
crazy.
you never know. Have you ever heard of this is for another show anyway, but have you ever heard of Count Saint Germain?
I have heard of him, but I forgot the
Okay.
whole story behind it.
Okay. Well, that's for another episode. I'll bring that up another
Maybe that'll
episode.
be
But
the
they're
conspiracy for tomorrow for you.
exactly. I'm telling you, that'll probably be it, man, because it's very interesting that you're talking about a 360-year-old vampire. And yeah, I'll do that tomorrow. That's a great idea.
My dad. So my dad, he's into like kind of like the Indian religion.
Okay.
So for all our Indian people out here who are kind of into like Hinduism,
Uh-huh.
if you guys know who Babaji is, that my dad believes very much in Babaji, and Babaji to him is this guy who lives like he's almost like an immortal, like he's always in meditation, but this guy's like 500 years old.
Uh-huh.
He can appear anywhere, anytime.
Uh-huh.
Super, like my dad's very into this kind of things, and he always
Okay.
tries to convince me. But yeah, so maybe who knows? Maybe they Babaji was in America and they counted him at that time. Who knows? Like just saying. Never know.
It's all good, man. That's not a bad thing, man.
Yep, yep. All right, let's get into some breaking news. Man, we have another Delta plane crash, man. I don't know what's going on with all these plane crashes lately, but looks like 18 people were injured Monday, which is today. It says that a Delta Airlines plane overturned upon landing at Toronto International Airport. Luckily, there were no fatalities, and the injuries were relatively minor, officials said Monday evening. Video posted on social media and broadcast from the airport showed a surreal scene. The plane flipped completely upside down as emergency workers evacuated passengers and attended to the crash site. It says, we just landed. Our plane crashed. It's upside down. John Nelson, who recorded the video, said that he walked away from the plane. He said that most people appear to be okay and that passengers were getting off the plane. Toronto Pearson CEO Deborah Flint said that of those injured, none were in critical condition. Superintendent for Peel Regional Paramedic Services said 12 people were taken by ground for medical attention. 2 others were airlifted to a nearby trauma center. So it looks like there were 2 people that were a little bit more severely injured. One of those was reported to be a man in his 60s who was being taken to the St. Michael's Hospital in Toronto, according to Joshua McMara. The other woman was in her 40s who was being taken to Sunnybrook Health Sciences Center. And I guess an ambulance also took a child to the hospital for sick children. The Federal Aviation Administration said in a statement that Delta Airlines Flight 4819, which was operated by Endeavour Air, was arriving from Minneapolis, crashed on landing in Toronto around 2:15 p.m. It's yeah, again that's a subsidiary of Delta Airlines. For all you who don't know, 80 people were on the plane. It was a CRJ 900. That's what the FAA said. 76 passengers and 4 crew members were on board. So yeah, this is another plane crash. I have no idea. This is like I've never heard of this many plane crashes within like a 2-month span. That's what's been happening now. So I don't, it says that at the time of the crash there was 20 to 30 mile per hour winds with reported gusts up to 40 miles per hour. And I mean that could be part of it, but I've definitely flown a lot of airlines in my life, and we've landed in winds that were that bad before, especially like when you're flying into like Denver. Like I remember it was kind of scary one time I was flying into Denver, and the pilot literally had to land somewhat sideways to land straight because of the wind. So maybe the pilots, I don't know, maybe they didn't account for the wind or something, I don't know. But the bad thing is too that the passengers, when they were being evacuated, the temperature was 18 degrees with a wind chill temperature of -2. So these poor people, man, they were like they had to freeze their butts off to get evacuated, and I'm sure they had to wait outside for like a little bit till all the ambulances came and stuff. So yeah, just very sad news for the airline industry. It looks like things are not going well there, but thank God that there was no fatalities. That's one thing that is good news about this whole thing. So yeah, that it was breaking news that we wanted to report on and just let you guys know that some of you there who were even maybe traveling to Toronto today or something, why you guys got delayed, you guys didn't know. So let's move on, guys, and let's get on to some celebrity news with Tom Hanks. What is going on with Tom Hanks, man?
Tom Hanks, man, he was on SNL this past weekend, and he dressed up as a let's say a Trump supporter, and he
He
was
dressed up
being
as a Trump supporter.
well, he was wearing a MAGA hat, and he was talking very, like kind of, I don't want to. He was just, he was being very. You could tell what he was portraying. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And he was just, yeah, he was, yeah. I did not, yeah, I didn't like what he was doing. It was very rude. Let's say, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
talking just very ignorant and very racist, and just, trying to portray a Trump supporter. You know what I'm saying?
uh,
And like when the host, like I forgot his name, he was on one of those shows, like, but he was trying to shake his hand, and he was a black cat, and he was like, no, 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 you know what I mean? Like, and I was like, why is Tom Hanks doing like, yeah, I get it to some degree, but then I don't, because like, like I'm biased. Obviously I like a lot of Tom Hanks movies. You know
right.
what I mean? It just sucks because I know he's a part of a lot of other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
and
it just sucks. It just sucks the like how he how he's portraying, like, just Trump supporters in general,
yeah,
with his MAGA hat, and just trying to just trying to go overboard. You know what I mean? I didn't like that very much. So
it's kind of funny. It says that former Robert F. Kennedy Jr. aide Link Lauren, she wrote on X. Uh, it says like Trump won the popular vote. This tired trope that MAGA is racist is disgusting. SNL is an
right.
unfunny show from snobbish liberal elites.
And I see, that's what I mean. Like, I get where she's coming from, but I can't even hate on SNL because I was watching it growing up. You know what I mean? A lot
Yeah,
of people had their, and that's what I mean. Like, it just sucks because, like I said, Tom Hanks is in so many movies I like. You know what I mean? Like, why are you doing this? You know what I mean? Like, it's weird to me. I don't know. I don't get it.
supposedly their ratings are going into the gutter, just like the All Star, the
I
NBA
believe it.
All
I
Star.
totally believe it. I totally, and that's what I mean. It sucks because, like I said, certain celebrities that you find out, like, and they're in movies that you watch growing up. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
man, that sucks, man. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it sucks. Totally sucks. You know what I mean? Like,
And I guess this was like the anniversary edition for SNL. I guess it was SNL 50, so 50
yeah,
years.
I think you're right about that. So it just,
Mm,
like I said, man, it just sucks with some of the celebrities that you hear, like, especially like Tom Hanks, man. So many movies I like, man. It's ridiculous, and it's like, you know, he's he's involved in other things, and it's like, oh man, you know what I mean?
right.
Harsh reality right there. Harsh truth.
That sucks. Sucks.
hmm It really does, man. It really does, because like I said, especially watching these certain actors growing up, you know what I mean?
Do you
And
think
just,
you think they're gonna keep using him though? Maybe not for those kind of skits, but do you think he'll be on
what
again?
do you mean? For
Like,
what?
you think they'll reinvite after all this negative press that Tom Hanks got for that? Do you think that SNL will invite him to like still do stuff there on SNL?
Uh, I have no idea. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know how SNL thinks. So I know Tom Hanks will still
Yeah,
be in movies. I know that.
for sure, for sure. That's crazy though, man. That's crazy.
He's got a crazy catalog, dude. His catalog's huge. You know what I
No,
mean? Like I
he
said, I've been
is.
watching that dude acting since I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like, crazy
Well, that's why
catalog.
on next day. That's why on next day road it's like for the liberal snobbish elite because Tom Hanks is part of that elite and he's also like
That's
he's
what I mean.
related to I believe there's like the Bush family. Like if you look, he's like the fourth cousin or something of the Bushes.
I didn't
So
even know. I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
yeah, yeah. I looked it up. I looked it up a long time ago, so I don't have exact facts, but I definitely know he's related to like
Yeah, so
to
he's definitely in that. He's definitely higher up with
yeah,
those
yeah,
other things.
yeah.
So
So I definitely feel it's more like a message by them, you know what I mean, than anything to be like, yeah, let's
yeah,
put
of
this in
course,
their face type stuff, you know?
of course. Well, everyone knows Trump is going after a lot of different things, man.
Yeah, for
He's
sure.
going to expose a lot of things. You know what I mean? He has a good team with him too. So I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah, man.
All right, guys. Well, let's get into some economy news. So I don't know if you guys are any of you that work for Southwest Airlines, but Southwest Airlines is about to slash 15% of corporate jobs in an unprecedented move to cut costs. So it says they're gonna cut 15% of its corporate workforce, or basically 1,750 jobs. The airline has been under pressure to cut costs. CEO Bob Jordan said it was the company's first large-scale layoff, so this is going to be more to come. Just FYI, guys, if you were or are planning to work in corporate Southwest, or we're looking to apply there, it looks like they're cutting jobs now. Let me see. It says that. Excuse me. It says the company said it expects savings from the cuts of 210 million this year and about 300 million in 2026. The layoffs will be mostly done by the end of the second quarter and include some senior leadership roles. This decision is unprecedented in our 53-year history, and change requires that we make difficult decisions. We are at a pivotal moment, and as we transform Southwest Airlines into a leaner, faster, and more agile organization. Southway's decision to slash jobs comes several months after a settlement with activist investor Elliott Investment Management, which won 5 Southwest board seats short of control. Their firm had also pushed for Jordan to be replaced as CEO, though it was not successful. It says our recent cost-cutting measures at Southwest included a hiring freeze, a pause to the internship program, and an end to team building rallies, a company tradition that dated back to 1985. It has also aggressively cut unprofitable routes. So, last year, Southwest outlined a plan to increase profits that included ditching its more than 50-year-old open seating model in favor of assigned seats and creating a section with extra legroom. It also recently launched overnight flights for the first time. It says we must ensure we fund the right work, reduce duplicative efforts, and have a lean organizational structure that drives clarity, pace, and urgency. And that's what Jordan, the CEO, said on a memo on Monday. The layoffs will start taking effect late April, and the most affected employees will not work but will receive salary, benefits, and bonus until then. So, yeah. Jay, have you've flown Southwest before, right?
Yeah, I used to fly Southwest.
Yeah,
Remember,
they're good.
I do believe Bags used to fly free,
Yeah, definitely that was something. And
and then
there's
they only charge what 20 after that. I think it
yeah,
was 10 or
and
20.
that's definitely something they're saying that they're not talking about that they're going to cut, but they are saying they're not going to have that open seat policy no more. What do you think about
Oh,
that? Were
okay.
you in favor of that or no?
I mean, honestly, man, airlines are trying to, I see where they're trying to go because they're trying to get profits. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So, whatever strategy they use, they're gonna use. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You kind of know what you're gonna get with what you pay. You know what I mean by that?
yeah,
Like I've flown probably every airline. Obviously, I've even flown Spirit before. Absolute horrid. I will never fly Spirit again. But
I've flown them
well, the
before.
funny thing about Spirit, I needed a flight from Vegas back home,
Uh-huh.
and my flight back, I was this is a Bay Area legend, but I was chopping it up with Quincy San Quinn, and we
Oh,
were
okay.
both on the Spirit flight together.
I thought you were about to say. I thought you were about to say Khabib, man.
Oh, that would have been
Uh,
no, it wasn't Habib, man. He was not on the flight, but yeah, it was San Quinn, and we were just chopping it up about Spirit. About oh, dude, this is the trashiest flight in life, dude. What's going on? Like they couldn't even get their stuff together to get us taken off. Like,
yeah,
bro, do we have pilots here? Come on, bro. Like we were sitting there for hella long. We were chopping it up, and it was just hella funny because we were both on a Spirit flight, just trying to get back from Vegas. Only an hour. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because he was coming to SF too. But yeah, it was a trip. But yeah, I'll never fly Spirit again.
yeah. Spirit. I fly. So my sister, she lives in Bellingham, Washington,
Oh, okay.
and the cheapest airline that goes there, like direct flights out of Oakland, is Allegiant, and
Which one?
it's called Allegiant.
I don't think I've ever flown that.
Um,
Allegiant with an
yeah,
A?
yeah, with Allegiant, Allegiant.
I actually don't know that one.
Okay, so yeah, it's called Allegiant, and it's
Allegiant.
just like Spirit, same concept. But
Uh-huh.
man, it all like I hate taking that airline because when I fly, it takes I think like maybe 2.5 hours to fly to Bellingham from here.
Uh-huh.
But man, their seats are so freaking uncomfortable that after just like an hour of sitting on their airline,
Uh-huh.
like you start getting like the squirmish, like you have to start like you know what I mean, like just making sure your butt cheeks are cool because you know what I mean, like you gotta move around, like you can't just sit still in that seat because it's so uncomfortable, you know. So I definitely understand when people are complaining about like low cost airlines like that, you know.
Oh, did you say you flew out of Oakland?
Yeah,
That's why. I only fly out of SFO.
yeah. That
I've never flown out of Oakland. That's
Allegiant.
so I bet you they don't have one at
They
SFO
don't.
then.
They don't. That's only
Oh,
out of
there you
Oakland.
go.
Maybe
That's
San
why.
Jose, but Oakland for sure.
That's why. So
Yeah.
okay. That makes a lot more sense because I remember back in the day, JetBlue was only out of Oakland too. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they changed that. So okay. So that's why I've never flown Allegiant. I was like Allegiant, what the, you know? That makes a lot of sense now because you said
Yeah.
Oakland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really go to the town and fly. That's kind of weird to me. I literally stare at an airport like down the hill. So,
Yeah. Exactly.
you know,
I already know.
yeah, man.
All right, guys. Well, that is our economy news. Let us get on to today's movie of the day. It looks like you are watching one of my favorite movies, Jay. What are you watching for the Average Day Joe's?
Yeah, I threw on an old school one, man. One of my favorite movies too, Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
Nice. Nice.
Can never go wrong with T2, man. That's one of the few movies like, when you have like a franchise.
Yeah.
That's one of the few that I would say number two was probably just as good as one, if not better. It's very
Yeah.
rare. It's a rare feat to do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that.
Number two is my favorite out of hands down my favorite out of all of them.
Even from one? You didn't like one?
Yeah. I liked one, but one I'd say that Arnold, he was just kind of still getting his start. He didn't have as many lines, and he was a bad guy at that point. So number two,
Yeah,
they
he was
switched.
scary though, man. He was
He's
like
still
hardcore.
scary.
He had no eyebrows at one point.
No, I
Like,
know.
bro, he pulled
But
out his eyeball. Like,
yeah. But at that point, that was all like, I mean, CGI for that ear, for those ears. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I know, but it looked hardcore. I was like,
yeah,
hey, like Terminator was like scary. Like, oh
yeah.
damn. Obviously I saw it as a kid, but I
But
was like, damn.
yeah, but now that dude that they're going up against, that the Terminator has to kill, is even more scarier than the
Yeah.
Terminator, which to me is
Well,
like,
because
oh,
yeah, liquid metal. That's
liquid
why.
metal. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
like,
it was
oh,
one of the yeah. Like I said, I think this one's better than one too, but I thought one was great because the budget that they had to use was so little, you could tell
yeah,
compared to this, obviously, but they made a lot of money off one.
definitely,
You
definitely,
know what I mean? To get the money for this.
yeah.
So yeah, man, one of my favorite movies, man. You know what I mean?
Something
But
from like I remember like back like I just heard about this like a while back was Arnold definitely wanted to be like a good guy in this, so I had to like talk to the director about it, like, yo,
yeah,
make me the good guy, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
so it's kind of funny, but yeah,
Oh yeah, of course.
that's such a good movie. What's your favorite scene from that movie?
From this one,
Yeah.
uh, when uh, when the towards the end when the truck spills.
Oh,
You know what
okay.
I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. And then yeah, he gets put he gets put back together. The liquid,
The
liquid metal, and
liquid,
it's like, oh no, you know what I mean? Like, oh Jesus, all the stuff is being put back together. Like, hey, we gotta go, we gotta go. That was one of my favorite parts in this movie, man. I love this movie though. One of my
no, me too.
favorites.
Too. There's a lot of good parts for me. I would say
Oh
my
yeah,
favorite was when the kid was trying to run away from the Terminator, thinking he
I
was a
knew you were
bad
gonna
guy.
say that.
He was on the
Yeah.
dirt bike.
Oh
I
yeah.
think that was bad. They're
All
going through like
through the canals in
yeah,
L.A.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got yeah, that was bad, bro. And then you got
Oh yeah.
You got Arnold coming off in a semi truck off of the off of the bridge and stuff. Like, oh, dude, that was just like classic. Like, you know what I
It
mean?
was definitely classic, man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
One of my
very
favorite movies, though, man. It's definitely up there, dude. But Arnold, like I
yeah,
said, he's one of those actors that I grew up watching, man.
yeah.
You know.
Exactly. I said that wrong. Arnold was on the Harley, and then the Liquid Metal dude was in a semi truck trying to get
Yes,
both of them.
exactly.
Yeah, way going down.
Classic, man. Like you can't get much better than T2, man.
And the way that Sarah Connor escaped from the mental institute, that was pretty tight too. You know how they
Oh,
put
she's smart.
that in this movie.
Super smart, man.
Yeah,
Super
yeah,
smart.
I know. All right. Just for Average Day Joe's community who maybe have not watched this movie, just give us a little brief detail. What is it about?
I don't know anyone that hasn't watched Terminator 2, but it's about basically you have machines from the future that that come back in time, and like you have to basically stop it from happening. The machines in the future, and basically her son in the future is the leader of the force against the machines.
Mm-hmm.
And so, the robots get sent back through time, and they're here now in Terminator 2 to protect them. But in the part one, they were there to destroy them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Excellent film. And yeah, just in part two, you have Arnold Schwarzenegger, who is I forgot his actual model, but he's one of the Terminators, and he's facing the T-1000, which is a newer version of him. So it's like, yeah, it's crazy, man. The liquid metal version, pretty awesome, man. Like I said, I don't know anyone that I know that hasn't seen Terminator 2. So
This is one of my
I would
favorite
advise
parts.
I'd advise it to anyone because, man, it's classic.
This is one of my favorite parts right now. That just look how he's showing the metal, the arm.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I mean. That's the future right there. And that
Yeah,
guy that guy who's seeing it, damn, that's what we're building.
yeah.
So it's crazy because now it's become fruition. Like, damn, we're building this. Why is this? What the hell?
But the crazy thing is that this is like really happening now in real life. You know what I mean?
Well, okay, every movie that we used to watch back in the day, it's like they're telling us back in the day, and then now it's coming true. You know what I mean?
And
That's the crazy part.
The whole thing was controlled by Skynet, which Skynet is actually like a real thing.
Yes.
It's not. Yeah, it's not like it was.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it wasn't a Terminator, but now if you look it up, Skynet is a real thing. So that's to me like,
Well, I believe they do that on purpose with movies to tell you like this is how it's going to be in the future.
Yeah.
What you know what I mean? Like I do believe that a lot heavily.
I know. Hence The Simpsons.
Oh yeah, that's what not just The Simpsons. Like there's a lot of movies, but yeah, Simpsons predicted. Like I said, they've predicted everything. But I'm talking about just movies in general.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? That's
what,
a for sure deal.
So what would you rate the movie 1 through 10?
I gotta go at 10, man. I can't. I
would do 10 on that one. I would do 10 on that one.
I have to. It's like I said, Arnold's one of the guys that I used to watch religiously growing up.
Yeah.
I gave you a list of like 5, which I could, but he's one of them for sure. I can't say that's my favorite movie from him though.
No, not from him, but part 1 of Terminator, I would give 9.5. I would give this one a 10.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. That's a perfect assessment. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, he's in so many movies I love.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
So, talking about that, what is your favorite movie of Arnold's?
Without a doubt, bro. If any one of my boys is watching this, and you may even know, but my favorite movie by Arnold is Predator, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, I can't. That's always been one of my favorite movies growing up, man. I actually went to where they filmed Predator, and I zip line through it.
Yeah, I've been there too, Puerto Vallarta in Mexico.
Yeah. So yeah, it's up there in the jungles, and I zip line through the whole thing.
I didn't zip line, but they have like a waterfall there, and I got to slide down the waterfall. It's kind of like
okay.
a water slide type thing. That thing was
that
cool.
zip line was so long through that jungle. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's kind of tight.
Yeah, it was tight. It sold me because they're like, if you ever seen the movie Predator, this is where they filmed. I was like, no way.
Yeah.
Like that's one of my favorite. That like honestly, that's my favorite Arnold movie. I don't know. That's just like I said. That's what I grew up on. And I
Definitely.
was told like doing research on that Arnold brought his gym with him to that movie set all the time, and
Right.
that's why everyone in that movie was jacked because they would work out before filming.
Yeah.
So Arnold would run a couple miles in the morning, and then he would work out, eat, and then the rest of his cast they would work out while he was eating.
Oh,
And I was like, oh, dude, that's why everyone was so jacked. Like in that movie, you ever watch Predator? You'd be like, damn, bro. Everyone's like, ugh. You know what I mean?
that was a classic. That was a classic lineup. Yeah, like Jesse Ventura from back in the day.
Exactly. Oh yeah, dude. That's what I mean. Jesse Ventura. You had Arnold. You had Carl Weathers, R.I.P. Who was Apollo Creed.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But everyone in that movie, man, what a film, dude. One of my favorite Arnold film for sure,
Definitely.
without a doubt.
And what would you say is your most underrated movie of his?
Underrated, man. I don't know what I would even call underrated, man, because
You don't think a lot of people might have saw that is
maybe Commando or Twins.
I would say Commando. Twins both.
Yeah, like I mean, like maybe I think at those times it may have been popular, but I don't know, that could go underrated, because he has so many good movies, man.
Yeah, I would say Commando over Twins for sure, just because Commando.
Yeah,
was one of
you think Twins was bigger than that?
Twins was bigger because Danny DeVito, the cast,
Okay.
it was like a lot bigger, but Commando for sure because it was an '80s movie and it was. I mean, granted, you still had in Commando. What's her name? She was a kid.
Alyssa Milano. That's what I mean. You had Alyssa Milano in it, so that's a big name.
It is.
You know what I mean?
She was just like that was like she was just getting her name out there, so it's not like she was
okay.
Either,
Yeah. Well, she was on Who's the Boss at that time.
Yeah, Who's the Boss? She was getting up there. She was definitely getting up there. But
that's what I mean.
That was a great movie. I really liked that one.
One of my favorites, bro.
Yeah. For me, I would say my favorite movie of his. If
I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say. Say it. Come on.
I have to see it first. I'm just kind of going down the list of his movies to see what I
say it. I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say.
Hold on.
I know it.
Dude, he has so many good movies that it's a very hard decision.
That's what I mean. It's crazy, man. His movie catalog is nuts.
I know.
Say it. I want to hear it. I know what you're gonna say. I do.
It's very tough. Very tough. Man. Okay, I'm gonna give it to you. I don't think you're actually gonna agree with me, or you're not gonna expect this one. But I grew up on this movie actually, so I'm gonna say it, and I would say The Running Man.
Really?
The Running Man.
I love that movie, but I did not expect you to say that. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I'm totally shocked.
I grew up on that movie, bro. That was like out of all his movies, that was the movie that I just would always watch over and over again. And it was
really Running Man.
The Running Man. Just
him
taking out all these people on the talk show or on the
game show. I'm shocked. I did not think you were gonna say that. Wow.
What did you think I was gonna say? True Lies?
Yes.
I knew it.
I thought for sure you're gonna say True Lies, bro. Without a doubt, I would have bet money on that too.
I will put that as number 2 just because of what's her name that was in that movie.
Jamie Lee.
No, not Jamie Lee. The Asian actress, the lady.
Tia Carrere.
Yeah.
From Wayne's World.
Yeah, from Wayne's World.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
She was like one of my favorite actresses. I thought she was just like smoking. And so True Lies, I would definitely put that as my second. I was thinking about that one, but then I had to put The Running Man in there just because that was just one of those movies where, you know what I mean? It's like he's just taking people out. And,
of course, man. I totally understand it. I love Running Man, dude. But like I said, I was more of a Predator dude, bro. Like,
you know what I mean? The Predator hype.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. If I had to go with an underrated movie of his, that's also kind of a tough one.
So many movies.
If you're not from that generation, I would definitely say maybe Conan the Barbarian.
Oh, I loved Conan, bro. How was that not? Oh man, you think that was underrated?
It's 1982. I mean, that's a 1982 movie, So
Okay.
I
All
think
right.
I think a lot of the new generation has not watched that movie
Okay.
at all. You know,
I'll give you that.
so I would definitely say to watch the Conan the Barbarian. That's like one of his very first movies when he came out here to America.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And it was a great movie, but very. It's one of those you just got to kind of follow. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much. Notable. I would say notable mentions, and if you have any that I missed, you could say too. But I would say notable mentions would be Total Recall. I think that's a notable mention. You know
What do you mean?
that like
Underrated?
kind of underrated, but not really underrated. Is just like notable mentions that it's a movie that I think people, if they haven't seen it, should see. Not
People
really.
definitely should see Total. If you haven't seen Total Recall, come on,
Yeah,
man. That's
because that was
you
the
have to see
original.
that.
Because now they
Yeah,
have
you have.
a
Nah,
new one.
we ain't watching no remakes.
Yeah, yeah.
Got it.
So
Original only.
yeah. Uh, if I did have to say another underrated one, I would probably go with Last Action Hero. To be honest with
That
you.
was an excellent film, dude. I remember that one.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a great film.
A kind of comedy, funny one that I liked about through with him was Junior. I don't
I
know if
was
you saw
more on Kindergarten Cop, but yeah, you could say
Junior's funny though. I mean, it's
I know.
it's weird, but it's funny.
No, I know. Believe me.
uh, and I would also definitely put Eraser and The Sixth Day in that too.
For sure. Like I said, dude has so many movies, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The Sixth Day to me was actually one of those where it's like what's happening now in a way too, because that was where he was getting cloned. I don't know if
Yeah.
you remember that or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was kind of like, you know what I mean? Like the stuff that's kind of happening now. So I definitely feel that's kind of like a futuristic type movie.
Well, yeah, like I said, most of his movies are, like even you mentioned Total Recall, that takes place in Mars.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
You know what I mean? Like back and forth, you know what I mean? Like, so that's what I'm saying. He always like obviously Terminator as well. That's all futuristic.
definitely.
He's always been into that stuff, man. Very
Yeah.
good, very good. Like I said, man, his movies are just on point.
Did you see him with that Johnny Knoxville in The Last Stand?
No,
That was a pretty cool movie. You should definitely check that one out if you haven't checked that one out.
I like Knoxville too. He's funny.
Yeah,
So
that's a cool movie.
I never saw that one though with Arnold like that. So the Arnold I saw, that we're talking 80s, 90s. Like
No,
I
for
didn't
sure.
really
If
that
if you
that
want
was yeah.
if you want another good one, that's also kind of like it's kind of like when you watch it, it's not what it seems type movie, I guess you could say. Where you would think it's gonna be one way, but it's totally not. And that was a 2014 movie he made called Sabotage, where he was like
Never
a
seen it.
DEA. That was a good one too.
Never seen it. Like I said, once yeah, I kind of you just like people have their run, I believe, and then that's it. You know what I mean? Like obviously he's still in movies like I said, he's legendary, but I just kind of check out once it hits certain years, you know what I mean? Because I have my favorites,
Yeah. Alyssa wrote us. I think her favorite movie was Kindergarten Cop.
That's good. That's a good one, man.
Yeah, definitely.
That's one of my faves for sure for funny. Oh, dude, I always laugh at that movie, man.
I know. I like that
One of
one.
my favorites. Hell yeah, it's hella funny.
Oh man, yeah. It was also funny how he had a duel. Him and during those eras that they were making like great movies like that. Him and Sylvester had this little like, who's the
That's what I'm
bigger
saying.
muscles type thing. Like
That's what I'm saying, man. Like that's the obviously I grew up on Stallone. Obviously we'll see them movies too in the background, man. That's one of my favorite actors too.
one of the funniest things I felt like he did that made me laugh was he basically totally he like not he didn't like talk shit, but he basically I don't know if you remember that part in Twins where he arrives in Dallas, he's walking around, right, and then they show him walking past the movie theater, and then you have I think it was a Sylvester Stallone, the Rambo movie or something.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
do
then
remember.
he walks past it and he looks at Sylvester Stallone's muscles, and
Yeah.
then he just like feels his own, and he just laughs at him and just like
Oh
keeps
yeah.
going. Dude, that was such a like I can imagine Sylvester Stallone at that time when they weren't really cool.
Yeah.
Like seeing that part and being like, oh, okay, like he
Well, he
probably.
took a shot. Stallone took a shot at him as well in Demolition Man.
What did he do in that? I don't remember.
So Sandra Bullock in Demolition Man was like, "Well, yeah, the Schwarzenegger Presidential Library," and he's like, "Hold on, stop. He was president." And then
Ah,
he started going off on him. He's like, "No, no, no, I don't even want to hear any more of this nonsense."
yeah. So they did take a shot. I didn't realize he took a shot at Arnold as
Oh
well.
yeah, they took shots at each other just randomly, because like you said, Stallone. If it wasn't a Schwarzenegger movie at those times, you were watching Stallone, bro.
Right.
Stallone had, oh man, his movies. Come on, dude, stop. They'll
I
be
know.
on. They'll be on in the background. So, like I said, one of my other favorite actors for sure, bro.
Definitely.
You know,
But yeah, but they definitely squashed that beef. They're cool now.
obviously, you
Yeah, yeah.
grow up and you know how it works. I mean, they were just competitors.
Of
You
course.
know,
Of course.
Remember, Stallone kind of put them all together too in Expendables, and I
Yeah.
mean, he put everyone together.
I know. That was a good
You
movie.
grow up and you just, you know how it works. Like they were like you understand, you know what I mean? Like it's like, okay, this is the competition right here. And then
Yep.
you grow up, you get past that phase, like, okay, you know what? Let's collab.
Yeah, exactly.
That phase was 20, 30 years ago. It's cool, man. You were doing your thing, I was doing mine. We were both jacked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, man. I'm glad that they squashed that.
I know. I know. Yeah. Very good actor though. I love Arnold, man. He was one of my
Oh yeah,
favorite
man.
actors, like you
Hell
said.
yeah, bro. That's for sure.
All right, guys. Well, let's move on. I know you guys want to hear some crypto news, man. Let's see what's going on in crypto.
Always.
Pull this up for you guys. So I told you guys on, I believe we did our show on Friday that usually on the weekends we kind of tend to go sideways because stock markets are closed. Same story for today. It was President's Day, so happy President's Day to everybody. But the stock markets were closed as well today, so crypto has kind of just not really been doing anything. Bitcoin is currently sitting at 96,178. We're only up 0.5% in the last 24 hours. Ethereum, the largest altcoin, it's sitting at 2,713, and it's up 1.72 in the last percent in the last 24 hours. Your fear and greed index is at fear. It's like right there on neutral and fear. So right now, everybody's still kind of like shaky with things. Nobody's really like pouring a bunch of money into any of the crypto market. The global crypto market at a whole is sitting at 3.18 trillion. It's down 0.46% in the last 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance is sitting at 59.82%, while Ethereum dominance is sitting at 10.32%. Your top 5 trending coins, we got RAI as number 1. Array that is sitting that is at 7 that is up 7.49% in the last 24 hours. Number 2 trending is Ethereum. Number 3 trending is Bitcoin. Number 4 trending is Solana, which is down 4.27 in the last 24 hours. At number 5 trending, you got XRP, which is down 2.44 in the last 24 hours. So pretty much besides Ray, you got all the big ones trending right now. That's what everybody looks like they want to be or are taking the safe bet if they are putting their money into crypto right now, since those are the ones trending. That's pretty much what people are doing, just putting their money into the big four, I guess you could say. Our top 5 gainers of today, we have number 1 Libra, which is up 1,124% in the last 24 hours, and Libra, I believe, is a stable coin from Coinbase. Number 2, again, I told you guys this would be a coin to just might as well invest in it because we'll keep talking about it, and that's CATX. CATX is up 902% in the last 24 hours. Number 3, we got MogCat. That one is up 591% in the last 24 hours. Number 4, we got NOT, which also is CAT as the abbreviation for that, and that is up 452% in the last 24 hours. And number 5, we have Turbo, which is up 490% in the last 24 hours. Let me check if there's any notable mentions here. Doge of Grok AI, that looks kind of like a newer one. That one is up 286%. Besides that one, this one's kind of funny. I guess I'll mention it. It's Churro, the Jupiter dog. Churro is the abbreviation. That is up 171% in the last 24 hours. Besides that one, oh look, they got a new Trump one. It's called Mini Donald, and it looks like a picture of Donald Trump as a kid. And then the abbreviation for that is Barron, Barron. So that one is up 106%. I guess I'll mention Deep AI. Deep, that is the Chinese equivalent of Chat GPT. That is up 110% in the last 24 hours. Besides that one, don't really see. There's a bunch of them that are up are actually a lot of the like different zodiac signs like Aquarius, Sagittarius, Cancer, Aries. They got all these like zodiac sign coins, and all of them are up for some reason. So that's funny actually. But yeah, that'll be our crypto news of the day. Just keep those diamond hands, guys. That's my best advice to you. And like I said, if you are looking to degen some money into one of these meme coins, or you just have some money that you're willing to lose if it does go to zero. Out of all the coins I've been seeing, we've been doing this for like a month and a half now, where I go over the top 5 gainers. I would definitely say CADX is a safe bet. That market cap is only at 580,000, so it's been going up every day, like 900%, 1,000%. So it's one to look into, guys, if you want to degen into one of these coins, and just put your money somewhere where it has the ability to make money. That other one I was telling you earlier, Libra on base, which is the #1 gainer, that one I would be careful with because it was flatlined and it just all of a sudden just spiked up all the way. So when that usually happens, that means it's going to go right back down. So I would not bet on Libra on base. I would not bet on that one. But CADX, I definitely feel is more of a safe bet. So that is my crypto news. Let us move on to tomorrow's weather. For all our business travelers out there, shout out to the 22 people watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so we can give you the alpha every day, Monday through Friday, on the latest trending news. We also give you a lot more than just news. We give you astrology, we give you conspiracy theory, we give you weather. So we're here for you guys every day, and we want to be able to give you that alpha. So let me go over tomorrow's weather forecast for all the travelers. We are going to get into some really cold weather, especially in the Midwest, guys. So tomorrow, your coldest temperature that I see is going to be in Minute in North Dakota, which is -9 degrees tomorrow. If you're trying to escape the cold and get into the warmth, your best bet on the East Coast would be Miami. It'll be partly cloudy at 79 degrees. If you're on the West Coast, the warmest temperature will be 77, which will be in Phoenix. That being said, we're going to go from west to east. If you're going anywhere into San Francisco Bay Area, you will be partly cloudy at 61 degrees. LA, San Diego, you will be around 68 to 70 degrees. If you're going to Seattle, you're going to be cloudy with 52 degrees. And if you are going to Salt Lake City, you will be partly cloudy at 43 degrees. If you're going to Vegas, you will be at 68. Denver tomorrow, you will be partly cloudy at 22 degrees. Albuquerque, you will be partly cloudy at 57. Kansas City tomorrow, it's going to be really cold in Kansas City, so just bundle up if you're going to that area. It's going to be snowing at 5 degrees. If you're going to Oklahoma City, it's going to be raining at 26 degrees. If you're going, and tomorrow, Texas is going to be kind of, the northern part of Texas is going to be really cold, but the southern part is going to be warm. So if you're going tomorrow into Dallas, you're going to be raining at 48 degrees. But if you're going into Houston, you have thunderstorms with 65 degrees, while San Antonio is just cloudy with 70 degrees. Minneapolis tomorrow, if you're going there, it'll be partly cloudy with 3 degrees only, though. Chicago, bundle up as well. You will be partly cloudy with 12 degrees. While Detroit, you will be at 18 degrees with partly cloudy. If you're going to St. Louis, you will be cloudy with 14 degrees. While Cincinnati, you will be cloudy with 22 degrees. Memphis, you will be at 38 degrees with cloudy conditions. While New Orleans, you will be sitting at 63 degrees tomorrow. Jacksonville, 67 degrees, partly cloudy. Atlanta, 56, partly cloudy. If you're going into Charlotte, 55 degrees, partly cloudy. Washington, D.C., you guys will be 37 degrees, partly cloudy. New York City, you will be at 31 degrees, partly cloudy conditions. Buffalo, windy conditions tomorrow for you guys. It'll be 15 degrees only. And Boston, you will be windy conditions as well with 25 degrees. So that is our weather for tomorrow. So just dress accordingly. That's what I always tell you guys. It looks like there is a very severe cold front that is going into the Midwest region, and it's pretty much going all the way from Illinois to the eastern part of Montana. So just be aware of that. And it's dipping all the way down into northern Texas. So it's going to be some abnormal temperatures for you guys, and Denver as well. All right. That being said, let us move on and give you tomorrow's horoscope of the day. We want to, guide you guys on tomorrow's day, let you guys know, what is, give you a little direction to where you're going. So we always start with the first house of the zodiac, which is Aries. That is my sign. Tomorrow's energy urges you to connect with your nearest family member or friend. Now is a valuable time to cultivate meaningful bonds that deliver happiness and support. If you're a Taurus, the energy of tomorrow directs you to examine the valuable wisdom in previous life experiences. Your regrets, along with your mistakes, provide direction toward personal growth while helping you achieve understanding. My Geminis, the day encourages you to prioritize your emotional health and discover serenity within yourself. At this moment, you should embrace contentment while breaking free from the habit of comparing your path to others. My Cancers tomorrow. The forthcoming energy guides you to focus on educational growth and skill improvement. Your time has arrived to dedicate yourself to self-improvement by exploring your preferred subjects, creative talents, or new educational pursuits. And we got J sign, Leo. The stars provide you with a peaceful awareness that helps you handle situation using controlled determination. With tomorrow's energy, you can develop self-control to make thoughtful decisions before taking action. We got our Virgos. Your future energy demands precise attention as you handle assignments that require detailed orientation and accuracy. Legal documents requiring your careful attention could become the day's main focus. The careful methods you implement now will establish proper order, eliminating potential issues. Libra, the upcoming energy generates engaging dialogue among members of your connected group who may be planning a future visit or social event. Now is your time to contribute your thoughts while actively helping to develop future plans. Our Scorpios, the power of tomorrow's energy will encourage you to examine your interests deeply, leading you toward official educational pursuits to deepen your expertise. This marks the beginning of a transformational path that unites curiosity with ambition. Our Sagittarius, the coming day offers exciting connections with people who will become new friends because they love life as much as you do. Interactions with others have the potential to create educational or travel prospects that ignite your thirst for adventure. Our Capricorns, your future energy patterns will demand your attention for financial paperwork duties. The process will eventually become easier than you expect when you tackle the details with perseverance. Aquarius, the stars guide you to tackle details about your personal plans, work responsibilities, or helping someone you care about. Your ability to solve problems naturally and think creatively will guide you through complex situations, making them easy to handle. Last but not least, we have our Pisces. Future energies lead you towards shared experiences with someone important to you. Romantic feelings will dominate the situation, generating a welcoming environment. A deep connection between you and your partner will develop through meaningful dialogue, revealing important aspects of each one's personalities. So that is our horoscope for tomorrow. Just wanted, like I said, to guide you guys up a little bit. Thank you to the 26 people watching. Please like, subscribe, and follow us for more alpha every day, Monday to Friday. And that being said, let us go through the conspiracy of the day. let me share this. Let me get this going with you guys. So I don't know if you guys ever heard, but there is uh, there is this thing in space. It's called Black Knight. Have you ever heard of that, Jay? The Black Knight satellite?
Of course, been
Okay.
there for how long?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So for all of you who don't know, we're talking about one of the most mysterious objects in Earth's orbit. It's the Black Knight satellite. Is it an ancient alien probe? Could it be a secret government project, or just a space rock that has been blown away out of proportion? So let's take a deeper dive into the Black Knight satellite conspiracy. And the Black Knight, it's I guess NASA was able to take an image of it in 1998, which is one of the biggest pieces of evidence in the Black Knight mystery. But what really is it? So let's find out. Where did the Black Knight satellite conspiracy begin? Some say it dates back thousands of years, but the first modern mention comes from none other than Nikolai Tesla. So, in 1899, Tesla claimed he picked up strange radio signals while experimenting with wireless electricity in Colorado Springs. He believed these signals were coming from space, possibly an artificial source. Was Tesla hearing signals from an extraterrestrial satellite? Some believe so, and this is where the Black Knight legend really begins. Later in the 1920s and 1930s, other scientists also detected strange long delay echoes, radio signals bouncing back from an unknown object. So could they have been listening to the Black Knight? I mean, who knows? But that was already from the 1920s and 30s. Fast forward to the 1950s and things start getting really interesting. In 1954, newspapers reported that the U.S. Air Force had detected two mysterious satellites orbiting Earth at a time when no country had launched a satellite yet. So this was 1950s. There's a newspaper clipping about unknown satellites in the 1950s, which, this raised major questions. Who put them there? Was it the U.S., the Soviets, or something not of this world? Some say it could have been an early classified U.S. spy satellite, but others believe it was proof of an ancient alien probe watching us from orbit. Let's talk about the image that really blew up the Black Knight satellite conspiracy conspiracy theory, the famous NASA photo from 1998. So during the STS-88 mission, astronauts aboard the space shuttle Endeavour took the image, and it shows a dark, irregular object floating in space. Many believe this is the Black Knight satellite. Let me actually pull this up for you guys because I want to show you the Black Knight satellites for you guys. What NASA's pictures, what they took, satellite. Let me see real quick if I can pull up a picture of that for you guys. So I guess this is what it looks like. It's not going to be the best picture, but let me share the screen with you guys. I want to show you what the Black Knight satellite looks like. So on the right over here, if you guys can see, it's pretty much this part right here. So it looks like, to me, I mean, from all the satellite imagery that they show us or what satellites look like, this does not look like a satellite. It looks like something from Star Wars. Have you seen this image, Jay? What do you think?
Yeah.
Does this look like a satellite to you?
It's an alien craft, dude. That's all.
Like
it is a probe it's just to see what we're doing. That's all. And it moves around very sleek and quick.
Yeah.
So I know it's not debris.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because of how it moves, where it moves, how fast it moves. Yeah, it's definitely not debris. Come on, man.
Right. So yeah, it basically shows a dark, irregular object floating in space. Many believe this is the Black Knight satellite. That's the picture that they took, the NASA STS-88. NASA dismissed it as a piece of thermal blanket lost during a spacewalk, but conspiracy theories are unconvinced, especially considering how the object appears to be orbiting Earth on its own. So let's get into the real conspiracy about it, though. What do people think the Black Knight satellite actually is? The first theory is that people think it's an ancient alien probe. Some believe the Black Knight satellite has been orbiting Earth for over 13,000 years, placed there by an advanced alien civilization to monitor humanity. The other people, theory number two, is a secret military satellite. Other thinks it's a classified government satellite, possibly part of a hidden space program that's decades ahead of what the public knows, because we do know that the government likes to hide from us a lot of technology until decades later, and then they reveal that they have this new technology which they've already had for a long time. And the theory three that most people believe, it's a lost relic from an ancient civilization. So could it be a remnant of a lost civilization once that achieved space travel long before modern history even began? So, those are the three top theories that people believe that it could be. I mean, who really knows? Everybody's going to have their own opinion on this, and we definitely want to hear yours. If you guys have your own opinion, please let us know. We would love to hear from you guys. So, final thoughts. What do we make of the Black Knight satellite? Is an alien probe, a Cold War relic, or just a space blanket floating in orbit? One thing's for sure, there are plenty of unanswered questions, and the mystery isn't going away anytime soon. Like I said, what do you guys think? Please comment. I hope you guys enjoyed this conspiracy theory that, and all our conspiracy theories. We do one every day for you guys for the show. And please, like we always tell you guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and, always stay tuned for the deep dives that we get into with the 27 people that are watching. And that pretty much says what we have to say for our conspiracy theory of the day. So before we finish off the show, I do want to share with you, I just finished my fast. Today is my first day eating. I went on a 40-day fast. I told you guys I was going to get into a little bit more depth with it. So for me, I did a 40-day fast because I started going so basically before I started going to the gym with Jay, I kind of had a very stagnant lifestyle for like 3 years. I wouldn't go so far as to say I was an alcoholic, but I definitely was like drinking beer every day after work. And I was like pretty much just playing my little Xbox. I was not really doing much with my life, and I wasn't moving around. So I started getting like internal pains, and I'm talking about pains in like my abdomen area. And then I started getting kind of pains more, like in my growing area. And I got really scared that it could be something to do with cancer or something kind of like that, like some kind of buildup. And I even like mentioned to Jay a couple times when we were doing certain workouts, like I felt kind of like weird. So I definitely knew I had to correct it. And I've learned a long time ago, kind of like about nutrition. I learned a lot how to like heal my body, because the body basically, I don't like going to doctors. Me and Jay, we both agree on that. We're not really people that will go to a doctor unless we have something broken, or we're basically like, we feel like we're on our deathbed type thing. So I knew I needed to correct myself and my body. And basically what I did was, because I did think, I don't know personally, but I did think it was cancer, just me personally. I had to do what's proven in science, and that is that if you do go on a 40-day fast where you're not eating in 40 days, you're basically going to starve any cancer cell that's within you. And not only that, but one of the most important things to your health is your gut. You need to clean your gut out, because all disease starts in your gut when you're basically just having a whole bunch of stuff just stuck in there and it's not moving because you're not active in your lifestyle. So yeah, I did a 40-day fast. I'll go over briefly just kind of what happened. My first 2 weeks was kind of easy. The first 5 days you get kind of hungry and you're like, oh my God, why am I doing this? But after 5 days, it got kind of easy. I would say after like the third and fourth week, I started noticing I was constipated. It was kind of weird. I wasn't using the bathroom at all for like 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks. But to keep my body alive, because you can't just do a water fast alone. You definitely need some minerals in your body to kind of keep your body going. I was taking Irish sea moss. Irish sea moss, it does clean you out. So after like 3 weeks of basically constipation, one of the days I had really bad abdomen pain, to the point where I was like, oh my God, I might need to go to an emergency. It was that bad. But I somehow made it to the bathroom, and when I released what I had in there, it was, and I'm sorry I have to tell you guys, but I need to share this with you guys because this is, for anybody who's really sick or anybody that just wants to clean themselves out. So I basically had to release everything that was within me. And after basically it was like 3 weeks worth of stuff that was stuck within me. And it took so much energy to do that. And it made me so weak. Like I literally thought I was going to faint on the toilet. I had to hold myself up, like hold my bathtub, like the side of my bathtub. I had to hold that to hold myself up because I was just feeling so weak at that point. And yeah, I was able to kind of like release everything though. And then ever since I did that, like it literally took 3 weeks after being like stuck, I started noticing in my stools the first week after releasing all that bad stuff. I did notice a lot of blood in my stool, and I noticed these clumps, which would, if I was to describe it the best way, it looked like you had a clump of red blood cells that were just put together, and you just had this like red blood cell stuff just looking like it was coming out of my stool. So yeah, it was pretty gross. I'm not gonna lie, but I was a little bit scared. I'm like, oh my God, like, and that's the scary part is like, then you sometimes like, especially like people that don't mind going to the doctor, you probably would go to the doctor at that point. And then the worst thing they're going to tell you, like, oh yeah, it's cancer of some kind. But I just held on in there. And after that, I was relieved. Everything was fine. So I was able to go to the bathroom naturally after that. But, it took me about a week and a half to 2 weeks where I didn't notice any blood in my stool anymore. And fast forward to today, which was today was my first day of, it's day 41 where I'm actually eating again. I feel great. I don't have my energy yet. I'm still using, it's my first day back, so I can't eat like super heavy or nothing. But I am going to be eating just fruits and veggies for now, just to kind of make sure that I'm still, going to keep my body healthy. But yeah, everything is pretty much back to normal. I don't really feel any pain anymore at all. And yeah, I'm just going to try to keep it that way since I feel like I corrected my body. It was very tough, you guys. 40 days is no wall. It's no walk in the park. It takes a lot of, it's nice because when you do it, it actually makes your mind very strong too. It's not something anybody can just do. Once you do it though, you're literally able to control your whole life, like, with like your thoughts and your mind, because you're able to have such a strong mindset of doing something like that. There's not many people that'll be able to do something like that. But for me, it was like I would take if like let's say they told me I had cancer, I would take doing this and naturally healing myself over chemo any day, because maybe I felt shitty for maybe like, I don't know, out of the whole fast, I would say there was 3 days where I felt really shitty, like to the point where I thought I was going to faint type shitty. But I would take those 3 days of feeling really shitty to like having to go through chemo or anything else, you know what I mean? If it was cancer or whatever it was. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to share that with you. And let me share my screen with you guys, because I did take my weight where I finished at when I started, and this I did the whole start of my fast on episode number 2 from us. So if you go back to episode 2, you can see where I was and where my blood pressure was. I went to like CVS. I used one of those machines to kind of tell me where I was. So for weight wise, when I started, I was at 250 pounds. Like I was about 250. So let me share with you guys where I am at right now. I am currently at 190 pounds. So yeah, I lost, what is that? That's basically 60 pounds. I lost 60 pounds in 40 days, guys. I mean, you see a bunch of commercials on the TVs and they'll tell you you could lose 20 pounds in like 11 months. I've seen commercials like that, and it makes me laugh, because if you really want to lose 60 pounds, honestly, like if you're really overweight and you don't feel good, you can do it, guys. You can lose this kind of weight very quick. It's not hard. It is hard. I'm not gonna lie, but it's not hard if you put your mind to it. I'll put it to you guys that way. You put your mind to anything, you can do it, guys. So, you guys got to do what you got to do. We all have health issues, or we did have health issues at a certain point. So we have to kind of just know our bodies, and you have to realize that the best thing to heal your body sometimes is just to do a fast and to cleanse your gut, because the gut is where everything starts anyway. So yeah, 190, that is my weight. And let me show you my blood pressure. So when I first started, my blood pressure was at about uh, it was everything was like it was like hypertension stage 2. It was really bad. My blood pressure was like pretty much off the roof, like out the roof. And now, let me share this screen with you guys. I pretty much am back to normal. So even if this would be great for people who have diabetes, like if you have diabetes, like you would literally get all your blood pressure, everything back to normal. So you guys would not have diabetes. You would be able to reverse that by doing a fast. For a fast for diabetes, I would say probably you wouldn't need full 40 days. I would say 30 days, but here's the screen for that. So my systolic pressure was at 123, which when I first started, it was like over 140. My diastolic pressure was at 82, so everything was pretty much in normal range, which, like I said before, it was that stage 2 hypertension. And my pulse rate is really good. It's at 78, which before it was, I believe it was like 103 or something like that, if I can remember correctly. This was a while ago, but so yeah, I just wanted to share with you guys, the very end of my fast, because I'm pretty much not going to talk about fasting anymore to you guys. Since we did a whole 40 days episode, we did 30 episodes now, and every episode I have been talking about my 40-day fast and what I have been experimenting with my body and stuff. So just like I said, one more time, guys, if you guys want to get healthy, if you guys are not and you're feeling really sick, that's the best way to do it, in my opinion. I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. Obviously, I'm not telling you to not go to your doctor, but I am saying if you want to heal yourselves, fast is the best way to do it. Jay has corrected himself before with the fast when he really needed it, because his body was basically he didn't have a choice. His body was needing a fast to kind of cleanse himself out. And yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know about the fasting and how you can help yourselves. We here on the Average Day Joe's community, our motto is health, wealth, and happiness. So that is always, health is also a big part of our segment. Probably starting, I don't know, depending on today, I felt really weak too. I ate a little bit and it was going right through me, and then I still really feel weak. So I'll see how I feel by the end of the week. But worst comes to worst, I will for sure start going to the gym with Jay on Monday, if not by the end of this week. And so I will be going to the gym again. And yeah, guys, more power to you. I hope you guys, I wish you all well, all the Average Day Joe's community that watches us. And thank you, the 26 people that stuck around to watch this end segment. But, we definitely wanted to just give you guys the alpha on how to keep yourselves healthy. And, Jay, he also cooks up a lot of good meals. He's very well balanced, and he does go to the gym. So he pretty much never gets sick as well, because once you go to the gym, you're always your metabolism is much faster. So he's always able to use the restroom, and he doesn't have anything really stuck in his gut like if you're living a stagnant life. So that being said, let us move on to today's Jay's final words of the day. What you got for us? Perfect timing too. End of the movie.
Yeah, you gotta wake up. When you wake up, man, just be blessed to wake up. You know what I mean? It's very you only live one life, man. And like I said, you could accomplish anything you want to do as long as you have a goal on how to attain it. But just wake up, be thankful, be blessed. There's a lot of people who don't obviously wake up. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So just be blessed along the way and just don't waste your life. Execute. It's very important to execute, man, because you could accomplish anything you want as long as you have a plan. It's just how it works.
Exactly. Very well said. All right, guys. Well, I guess that is done for us today. Like I said, thank you guys again so much. Please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share this with others. We will see you back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time. We do the show Monday through Friday. And if you missed our weekend videos, we did have some pretty cool shorts for you guys. We even did a Valentine's special with Jay and Alyssa. And that being said, I did have my date with Kate and Chef of Jeff on Saturday, so check that out. We do have some pretty cool, some yummy food that Jay cooked, and we do have I did show you guys the whole overlook. It was kind of cold, so I didn't want to really go out too much, walk around, and I didn't have the energy because I was still not eating. I was on my 39th day on Sunday. But I did want to show you guys briefly just to kind of what the Bay Area looks like, from a very high point of view. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you guys again for tuning in. That is us. That is the end of our show for the day. And thank you. Stay blessed, health, wealth, and happiness. We will see you back here tomorrow. Peace out, guys.